was issued, the National Commissioner responded to you on the 22nd, not quite the 20th, which you required him to respond by, the 22nd, and he responded to you, you wanted a report. And in that report, he still doesn't tell you, Honourable Minister, I hereby acknowledge receipt of your directive of 31 December 2024. I agree with you, I disagree with you, I'm going to close the political task team. He doesn't say that at all. You will remember, I don't think we because of time, we need to go over his response. We've dealt with it in this committee. His evidence is there, what he said. But in essence, what he says is this is going to be not closed down immediately, but it's going to be phased out. To be fair, he doesn't say to you, Minister, I've got a problem with your directive. I don't think you had the power or authority to do so. I dispute it or I challenge you. He deals with it and he says, this is the plan. But he also points out the successes of the team. So that's on the 22nd of January. Then there is the meeting. In the meantime, just for the record, and if you want to respond, you can respond. In the meantime, Mkwanazi sends you a WhatsApp on the 4th of April. And I think it's on page 51, it's EB5, and it's in Exhibit Bundle 3. And I mentioned this, we don't need to debate it because I want to get to the Portfolio Committee of the 5th of March. He said on the 5th, have you got it in front of you?
You can read that.
Sorry, the Mkwanazi's WhatsApp to you on the 5th of April. It is in Exhibit Bundle 3, and it's EB5 at page 51.
Yeah, you can go on.
Okay.
He
says, Sawubona, Minister. You both from KZN.
No, you can move on.
It says, Sawubona, Minister. Please forgive for writing this message directly, but I feel that I must respectfully request a meeting in order to deal with internal issues within our organization, which affects me and my family, and has a potential of destabilizing our crime-fighting efforts. I tried to reach out through Ngabindi in his private capacity early in January this year, and later I spoke to him in his capacity as Chief of Staff. And again, I had a special request to the National Commissioner to try and secure the meeting before our appearance before the Portfolio Committee and Police. This situation is escalating, and it has a potential of demoralizing our hard-working members, and there are even politicians that are using these social media posts to sow divisions within the SAPS. I do not like what's happening, hence I feel that the Minister must call us into a meeting.
Yeah, I'm sympathetic to the time. I acknowledge the letter, I have it.
Can I just finish reading it?
Oh, okay.
So that we can iron out everything that is dominating the media space. I do not like, it is my plea that the Minister calls the National Commissioner, Lieutenant General Sabia, Lieutenant General Kumalo, myself, Major General Khan, Mr. Nkabinde, and Mr. Brown Mahotsi in order to get to the bottom of the problem. It is the prerogative of the Minister to invite the Executive Director, IPID, if he feels it necessary. I have requested to take a vacation leave tomorrow and Friday, but I can make time if the Minister decides to meet this week. I hope my request will be favorably received, I take it. And then your response, this is your response. Your WhatsApp message was received, will revert at some point.
Okay. You have asked me two questions, General Masimula's response and the request by General Mkwanazi. Let me respond. Let me start with General Mkwanazi. I received this, I confirm. I read it, I confirm. I responded to him, I confirm. Now, I started by asking myself, what kind of a structure is this? I was alone. I think we don't have a structure like this in SAPS. Doesn't exist. Where you call the National Commissioner Sbiya Khumalo, call Mkhotsi, you don't have it. I've been working as an executive for quite some time, provincial and otherwise. You can't call a meeting like this. I couldn't call it.
So why did you ignore it? Because there is no such a structure.
I'm not complete. I haven't completed my response. Okay. I took a decision that I wouldn't call a meeting like this because I wouldn't know what do I call it? It can't be done. You can't do so as a minister. You can't. As a matter of principle, you can't do it.
Even if it raises clearly serious concerns. Why couldn't you tell him, okay, Mkwanazi, I'm not going to convene this meeting that you request because there is no such a structure, but I will meet with you. I will talk to you. You tell him you will revert, but you say, yeah, you will revert at some point. And the point is you never did.
Now read the first paragraph properly. It says, please forgive me for writing this message directly, but I feel I must respectfully request a meeting in order to deal with internal issues within our organization, which affects me and my family, and has a potential of destabilizing our crime-fighting efforts.
Yes, a very respectful meeting. It doesn't, it's not a demand.
Now, let me respond, Senior Counsel. I'm saying as a matter of principle, I couldn't convene a meeting like that, where I invite Brown Mkhotsi, who is outside the organization, who is not part of internal organization if our organization means SAPS, which is my interpretation. Then I call somebody and say, come and let us discuss internal issues. But secondly, General Mkwanazi says there are matters that are affecting him and his family. Now, what I wanted to do, I wanted to have a meeting in terms of response here, to have a meeting with him alone to say, what is the aspect that affects you and your family in the work of the organization and so on, before I could convene a meeting. But generally, on this one, I wouldn't do so. I wouldn't invite Mkhotsi in a meeting where I'm meeting the generals of SAPS.
So why, Minister, why didn't you just tell him, I will revert to you, but you should know, we cannot discuss matters of the importance that you raise with private third parties or private citizens. So yes, I will call a meeting, but it will exclude Mkhotsi or anyone else that's not an officer that serves in the South African police.
That would
have been a better response.
It would have come in a meeting that, when I rationalized properly after responding to him, that no, the best thing to do is to call General Mkwanazi alone, and we meet and we discuss this to say, in order to respond with integrity on the WhatsApp, there must be a particular way, but it would definitely exclude Brown Mkhudzi. But I want to have a meeting with you alone so that you can give an indication of what you want me to discuss. That's what happened. Now, so as a principle, let's separate that. But my thought was I would have a meeting with him so that he could take me to confidence to discuss this matter. Now, this message came on the 5th of April. Okay. But by the 5th of April, a lot of other things had already happened, and they happened, even though I responded in the manner that I responded. And I meant to respond properly to General Mkwanazi in terms of just respecting that he sent me an SMS and I undertook to meet him. But in the meantime, parallel to those things, a lot of things happened. Now, let me come to those things. Firstly, when I wrote a letter, I mean, when there was a leak on my letter, and General Mkwanazi, this letter, I mean, these directives landed on him. He responded in a particular way. And it was either on the 2nd or 3rd of January. That is before this WhatsApp came. When he responds to the Chief of Staff, one of the things that the Chief of Staff did was to phone me to say, Minister, General Mkwanazi is in possession of the letter. Apparently the letter leaked and so on, because I heard it from him, Chief of Staff, that there was this letter leaked. So it says it leaked. Oh, okay. Then he says, hey, but Minister, he's very angry. He's angry about what? About your letter, not about the leak, about the letter. How is General Mkwanazi angry about my letter to the National Commissioner, which has been leaked to him, but it is going to the National Commissioner? I, Minister, is very angry. Oh, so what is he saying? There's, well, a number of things that came, but I'm going to just summarize.
This is Kambeni.
Kabinda talking to me about his conversation with General Mkwanazi in response to my letter, to the leaked letter.
And when is this? This must be in early January.
It's early January, Senior Council.
So this is before the SM.
It's before this.
The meeting.
Yes. It says it's angry. Okay. Further to that, he is saying the minister must withdraw this letter. He's talking to my Chief of Staff. Withdraw the letter. Yes, the letter of directives. Why? He is angry. He is angry. That was the running message to me. Oh, okay. Let me just pause and think about anger and say something about anger. When you are angry about a particular situation, my take is that there could be somebody else who is also angry, but you may not be in touch with those people or that person. So you may not know the weight of anger of the other people in relation to your weight of anger. So it's just a natural thing that will affect somebody's feelings and you'll react in a particular way, but it can't be policy of a country. It can't instruct, it can't guide the minister that somebody is angry somewhere because of what, and then you say you must shape your thoughts according to the anger of somebody, because somebody else may be less angry or even more angry.
Yes, sir.
So it's a very difficult. So let me go on. So it says angry. Okay. And he says, withdraw. You need to withdraw.
That's what Kambindi tells you.
That is what Kambindi tells me.
Mkwanazi
Withdraw
told
the
him.
letter. It's quite strong. Number three, I mean, in a long conversation over days, because I'm summarizing. He then says beyond that, if the minister doesn't withdraw, there's going to be a fight back. A fight back. And I underlined that term. It means that it would be a fight back directed to me as the writer of the letter. A fight back. Why would General Mkwanazi want a fight back? What attack? What's the war about?
We had a taste of it on the 6th of July.
Pardon?
We had a taste of it on the 6th of July when he had the media briefing.
On underlining that fight back that he is said to have mentioned as a term to Mkwanazi, I then said, well, let's see, Chief of Staff, just watch the space and see what's going to happen. And if you want me to jump to July, I would say to you, that event of July was triggered by my letter of the 31st of November, because I didn't know what the fight back would be about, what it would entail, what form it would take. But it did inform me about what could be his feelings and intentions to fight back. That minister has written directives to the national commissioner, and a provincial commissioner wants a fight back, and that he wants the minister to withdraw the letter. And one of the things that was racing in my mind, how does this affect General Mkwanazi to a point where he would say he wants there's going to be fight back? But let me pass that, because we need to move faster.
Yeah, because this is what Nkambindi tells you. This general is very angry. He's talking about a fight back. He wants the directive withdrawn, and then.
So I'm moving on.
Yes, and then are you still trying to contextualize your response or lack of response to his WhatsApp on the 4th of April, which is what I asked you about? He requests this meeting.
When I responded to you, I said before and after he wrote the letter, there were a lot of other things, and I'm outlining those. Okay, I'm not trying, I'm doing so. So the next term that came, or information that Kambindi brought, was that he's making a lot of calls in this regard to say, have you spoken to the minister? And have you informed the minister, or have you conveyed the message? And so on and so on. But out of all these things, I underlined anger. And I underlined fight back. Now, in fact, there is a tape recording which I had requested to be made of part of the conversation of him, of Chief of Staff and Cabinet. I don't know whether they prepared it so that you can hear directly on your own that recording. I don't know whether it is.
No. My colleague, Ms. Sikalala, is just listening to it. That's why, Honorable Chair, she's excused herself. And we will play it shortly.
Yeah. I would say on a lighter note, Senior Counsel, that's what happens. That's what happens when you prepare. In my conversations with the office, it was going to be read and made ready. Now, when I want it, it is not there. The questions that you fired to me, that there's something that is not there in my preparation, but it is there in my evidence. It happened exactly the way it has happened to you. But I'm saying this on a lighter note.
So what's your score now? Like 1-1? You didn't prepare. I didn't prepare.
No, I'm just saying.
We're not doing as well as Bafana.
No, but I want to go on.
I think we got the audio this morning. So it's a bit short notice, but anyway, just before the game started, you know.
Okay, let me move on. So it shapes your thinking because you are now sitting up straight. What are you sitting up straight for is a fight back between General Mkwanazi, who is a provincial commissioner.
So just while we wait for the audio and before we play it, did that inform your response on the 4th of August that you had now previously been told, in fact, even heard the kind of anger of Lieutenant General Mkwanazi? Did that inform your response by saying, look, I've received, but I'll revert to you shortly?
No, it got to my environment, but I can't respond in that particular way. It just got into my environment. Now, let me move on.
Sorry, Minister, Chair, can we just take a very short break? I just want to discuss this audio because, Minister, I take it you would prefer the audio to be played before we carry on.
Yes, it's just a brief thing. I think there are aspects that I think the ad hoc committee would need as part of my evidence.
Honourable Chair, can we just have a very, very short?
Yeah, I want you to note that you have requested, the two of you have requested these honourable members to give you 2 days. And they have gracefully given you the 2 days. When we come back, we are going to play the video, the evidence material, and then from there, for sure, 20 or 30 minutes later, we are going to take a comfort break. When we come back from break, you should be moving towards concluding today's session. That is my request to you.
So to break now for 30 minutes, which is inclusive of preparing.
If we break now, it means you will no longer have another break. It will lead us to the end of the session. So the session that we are going to have after break cannot go beyond 2 hours.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So sorry, Chair. Shall we just break now for half an hour?
Look,
from there we're going to
whatever arrangement you want to go into is between you and the witness. Make that arrangement that is in the interest of these members who have given you 2 days to do everything and conclude.
So perhaps let's just have the half an hour break, and when we come back, we will continue until 2:30.
Yeah, you know why I'm saying this. Yourself and the minister must help us. We have taken a lot of time on this PKTT matter. If you can help us, where you just need a short answer, let's get that short answer and move forward.
It's not a short answer, but the request from the minister, which I'm inclined to agree we should grant, is that we should play this audio conversation, discussion, whatever you want to call it, between Mkwanazi and Kabende, because it's important context for the minister's response.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that where a straightforward answer is needed, that answer should be given.
Well, maybe you've got the power to direct. You can give a directive.
No, I can't. I can't.
That the minister must give short answer.
I can't encroach. You are the one who is leading.
Yeah, no, I've invited the response, and the response from the minister, which I entirely think is reasonable.
But what I heard from you is that now the score is 1-1. So may you please announce what you want to see happening now, so that when we come back, we know that.
If we can all agree to break for half an hour, when we come back, and we'll play the audio.
We come back at 12:30. We can't go beyond 2 o'clock.
Nothing. Sure, I would do honestly.